Hey guys, it's the Noah All Disney fan here, and if you're already here, you know that today is the final day of Gravity Falls week. And today I'll be talking about the final episode of Gravity Falls, the Weirdmageddon trilogy. And if you're new here, still stick by so you can hear my thoughts about Weirdmageddon. So let's get started talking about the trilogy, and by the way, spoilers. So after Dipper and Mabel get into an argument, Mabel runs away, and then Bledden comes. The time machine guy says he was going to make summer last forever if she gives him the orb. And yep, it turns out it was Bill the whole entire time. Oh, come on, don't pretend you won't fall for it. If a time machine person that you know, I repeat, that you know said he was going to make summer last forever, I bet you'll fall for it. So yeah, after that, the orb is broken and all weird has been break loose. So yeah, Bill rules the whole entire Gravity Falls, and yeah, it's pretty scary. He puts Mabel into a bubble of a shooting star and locks her up, and this takes over the whole Gravity Falls. Jeez, this is like the new most popular Disney villain. I mean, Bill switches minds, he tries to make bad deals, and this finally takes over the whole Gravity Falls. And I didn't even explain Bill that much in my other Gravity Falls review, but here is a great time to talk about him because he can do some pretty scary, violent stuff, especially here.
Then I shuffle the functions of every hole in your face!
So after that horror scene, Ford and Dipper try to find a way to stop Bill, but yeah, I saw the plan was going to backfire because, you know, it just started, so there was no way it was going to succeed like that. So after that happens, Ford gets turned into gold and Dipper tries to escape into the Gravity Falls Mall, where he meets Wendy, and then they both talk about how the world is crumbling before them, and then Dipper gives up, but Wendy's like, you need to get Mabel, you two work together the best. And Wendy's a great character in this. She helps Dipper a lot to just get to Mabel's bubble, and she does a lot of cool things as well to help Dipper out. And also I like the part where Wendy uses Gideon as a football. I don't know why, I just think that's funny since how tiny Gideon is. And then Bill kills Time Baby. Yeah, that kind of happens. And then we get epic car chase into the weirdness bubbles where we get birds, silent films, real life, video games, and much, much more. So after that, Wendy does crash the car, and then we meet Handyman of the Apocalypse, Zeus. And then Gideon suddenly surrounds them, but then Dipper does a great speech into changing Gideon's mind, and I love how they didn't do it in a cheesy, sappy way. Dipper actually explains really well how Gideon should change his mind and how Mabel won't fall in love with him if you keep her trapped inside a prison. Yeah, that is kind of true. So yeah, I kind of did enjoy that. So, in conclusion, Weirdmageddon Part 1 was a great start of the Weirdmageddon trilogy. It shows you what you're about to come into and the roller coaster ride you're about to come on to. And what was the most creepiest thing in this episode? Well, there was a lot, and in my opinion, it has to be the head hand. Yeah, the head hand. Let me explain. Out of the weird bubbles, or whatever the heck that is, the head hand has to remain the top spot. It's because of his old man character design and the way he talks. I mean, really, the way he talks.
Hey, you! Hey, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about going inside my mouth. I think you want to get in here. Hey, you! Hey, I'm talking to you, man! You don't have to make a big deal out of this. Hello? Hello? You're just ignoring me. That's...
So yeah, with the weird face and the way he talks like get inside my mouth, he takes the top spot, the most weirdest thing in this episode. So, let's move on to Weirdmageddon Part 2, Escape from Reality, but it doesn't really go to Weirdmageddon that much, so I'll just call it the Mabelgeddon, because that's what this place is. Instead of going to Bill's world, you're inside Mabel's world. So let's get started talking about that. So when Wendy, Seuss, and Dipper go inside the bubble, it turns out that's not all scary and creepy. Instead, it's colorful, weird, crazy, and everything that Mabel likes. In my opinion, Escape from Reality isn't the best episode, but I wouldn't call it terrible. But Mabel is kind of selfish in this episode, where she was one of the characters who stopped Bill twice, but when Gravity Falls needs a kind of hero, she can kind of care less. But I can kind of see Mabel's side here, where she was about to turn into a teen, lose her brother, and leave Gravity Falls. But I do think Dipper tries way too hard just to get Mabel out of the bubble, and Mabel, can still care less. But it does show a strong relationship with the twins at the end of the episode, and does have some great comedy in it that did make me laugh. So it wasn't the best episode of the trilogy, but still a good part 2 of Weirdmageddon, and a great episode to show the twins' relationship and how their future is right around the corner. And what was the most creepiest thing I've seen in this episode? Well, I was gonna say the cat from the court. He was kind of weird and silly as well, but yeah, you know what it is.
Just take my hand.
Wait! Oh, this isn't real!
You shouldn't have done that, Dipper.
And how did Waddles get in there? If I remember correctly, I don't remember Waddles getting trapped inside the bubble. Anyway, after they escape the bubble, they go to the mystery shack and see everyone from season 1 and season 2 there. Because it turns out, because of the unicorn hair that Mabel got for Ford and Dipper, the mystery shack is weird proof. So then Dipper and Mabel convinces the whole town in the mystery shack that they need to fight back Bill. So then they all agree and make the shack into a giant robot fighting machine. And yes, I really did enjoy the battle between the characters inside the mystery shack versus Bill's monster. The animation was really put together really well, and yes, the action was really enjoyable. And then after a long awesome battle, Bill tries to get the upper hand, but then he fails at destroying the mystery shack and his eyes ripped out. Yeah, like that. And if you're probably wondering, that's the most creepiest thing in this episode for me. I don't know why, like the scene is eye ripped out with the static holder in it. It's just unsettling for me, I don't know why. So then the rest of the characters go inside the pyramid to rescue Ford, and we finally figure out the greatest mysteries of all. What does the wheel symbol mean? So apparently it's a prophecy that these 10 symbols are people that can stop Bill and bring him back to his dimension. So like, Dipper's the pine tree, Mabel's the shooting star, Ice is Wendy, the melting heart with the stitch is Robbie, the spectacles are McGucket, and the llama is Pacifica, when you believe it. So they all have to hold hands and create a giant power circle to stop Bill. And right before it all ends, Stan says, I don't want to hold hands with Ford because he never says thank you. Stan, I know you're kind of mad right now, but this isn't the right time. Bill already figured out the weakness of the Mystery Shack robot, and who knows how long he might return to the pyramid. So yeah, the whole plan backfires because Stan has, anger issues. Yeah, Stan just could hold it. I mean, really. Sorry, Stan lovers, but he does kind of have anger issues in this episode. So Bill destroys the circle and then turns out beloved heroes into horrifying human torture banners. Yeah, it's pretty traumatizing just to see that everyone's in terrifying form on the banners. So then Dipper and Mabel escape and we have an epic chase scene. And okay, what was the original plan? I mean, Bill turns into a giant horrifying monster, so what was their plan? I mean, let Ford and Stan escape. Obviously, that didn't go so well, but what was their plan to just have an awesome chase scene? I mean, really. Anyway, so Stan and Ford talk to each other, and Stan feels bad how bad he feels about not shaking Ford's hand, and just saying, sorry Stan, but you're kind of right. It was just a few minutes. Who do you think you were holding hands with? A giant monster? Bill? Who do you think? I mean, so Stan and Ford talk to each other, and while that's going on, Dipper and Mabel, wherever their plan was, backfires. What was their plan? So then they get caught by Bill, and right before he kills Mabel, I mean, literally, he was so close. I mean, I thought it was going to happen, I'm not going to lie. But then Ford surrenders and said he would let him inside his mind. Yep, and I was shocked too. I was like, there has to be a plot twist, right? Is there going to be a plot twist? No, no plot twist. So Bill goes inside Ford's mind.
Oh, I'm here. I'm finally here. Look at this place. A perfect, calm, orderly void. Gotta hand it to you, Ford. You really know how to clear your...
So yeah, Ford and Stan switch clothes so Stan could take the sacrifice to get his memory wiped. What a true hero, Stan. What a true hero. So Bill is inside Stan's mind, so he gets erased as well with an epic, satisfying Disney death villain scene. So after Stan's sacrifice, all the heroes are not too horrifying banners anymore. The world goes back to normal, well, Gravity Falls goes back to normal. But Stan isn't the same anymore because his memory is, white. And it really does trick the audience that Stan is actually pretty gone. I thought he was gone as well. I mean, what were they going to do? How are they going to bring his memory back? So when Mabel shows him his scrapbooks, he, suddenly, gets his memory back. Or was it Waddles? Was it Waddles that got his memory back? Who knows? But that plot hole doesn't ruin the satisfying goodbye ending where all the beloved characters say goodbye to each other. Because, summer has to end someday. So we have our satisfying tear-jerking, oh my gosh, was it tear-jerking at the end, just to see our beloved characters for the very last time. But who knows, we might get a sequel and figure out that plot hole was a plot hole. So the Stan's plot hole kinda changed the ending, but it didn't really ruin it. It was still a satisfying, good goodbye ending. A really satisfying one. I'm not gonna lie. Pretend you didn't cry, guys. Go ahead, pretend. So after a satisfying goodbye ending, Dipper says an emotional speech and opens Wendy's letter that says, "See you next summer." That was the Weirdmageddon trilogy, the final conclusion of Gravity Falls, and how did I like it? Well, it was great. It was action-packed, it was heartwarming, and it was also kind of a little terrifying though, but still had a heartwarming, great conclusion. So Stan's getting his memory back, kind of just, changes the ending how you feel, but still good. And we still get some new stuff at Gravity Falls, like the Bill Cipher Hunt and the Journal. So who knows, Gravity Falls might get a sequel one day. And there I am, back with the same old saucer hat. But don't worry guys, who knows, I might return to Gravity Falls. Anyway guys, that's gonna be the end of my video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.